motivate young students towards multimedia production and multimedia production quality is to treat them with respect and show them the gear, the particular technology, to show them the best practices, to show them how those best practices play out in things that they are interested in, and then give them the opportunity to imitate those best practices on topics that they are interested in. It's classical pedagogy, classical Greek pedagogy in fact, but just brought forward with a new medium.
Well, I think tools need to be part of what you teach in a journalism school, but you teach them in a way that you're teaching students how to learn how to use a new tool, more than you're teaching them, okay, here's how you use Twitter. Because it's more important that we learn how to use a tool than that we study a lot on today's tools, because tools are changing so fast. So for instance, when I was in school, they taught us, and we had quizzes on, and unfortunately I did very well at tests on the marks that you would make on copy paper to edit somebody's copy, to signify a new paragraph or an insertion or deletion. I don't use any of those now. I haven't used them in years. They did need to teach me that, to teach me how to edit well, but teaching me how to edit well, how to think about what the story should say, and how to challenge questions, raise questions about it and challenge the decisions the writer made. That was the important editing that I learned. With the technology of the time, I did need to learn the copy marks, but it was much more important. And fortunately, my instructors spent much more time talking about the thinking part of editing.
I think that we just need to make sure that we inform them about the standards. Things are just not obvious to students anymore. We take things for granted and we don't give them the history or the reasons why we have these ethics or the reasons why we have these practices. And if we tell them about those and treat them with respect, they will practice them.
But I think we need to learn writing, we need to learn ethics, we need to learn storytelling. And storytelling is not just words, it's multiple elements, it's images and it's graphics and those sorts of things. But the tools we use to create the images and the graphics, they're going to change. And so they should teach us those tools, but also teach us to learn how to use new tools, because something's going to replace whatever it comes along.
Well, I think good practices in bringing an older professor and younger group together through technology and through other subject matter is to listen to the younger generation, to ask them questions and really care about the answers. And then ask follow-up questions. You can ask them what their favorite rock bands are, you can ask them what their favorite movies are, and these will invariably be alien words to you. You may not know them, and then ask them why they like those things, or ask them to summarize the story for you. I think both the youth and the older people have to have the freedom to say, I don't know that answer. Because if you say, I don't know that answer, someone will come forward and help you. But for both professors in front of students and students in front of professors, there's a taboo to saying, I don't know. But in fact, I believe that the ability to say, I don't know, is the sign of the greatest intellectual maturity.